She deserves it. So, as many of you know, Lauren started campaigning to lower the screening age to 50 after her mum sadly died from the disease at 56 years old. Her petition started in honour of her mother, galvanised the support of nearly 500,000 people. How fantastic is that? And after nearly 3.5 years of campaigning alongside Bowel Cancer UK, she's here today to tell us how far she's come and the next steps for her campaign to make screening from 50 a reality. So welcome, Lauren.
Thank you, Ash, for your lovely words there. My name is Lauren Backler, and I set up a petition in 2015 with the aim of reducing the screening age for bowel cancer from the age of 60 to 50. That petition now stands at over 500,000 signatures, and I thank everyone who supported my campaign from the bottom of my heart. I was stood in this spot nearly 2 years ago to the day, explaining why this change was so crucial. But despite fighting for 3 years, truthfully, I never imagined in my wildest dreams I would be back here today, able to say the words, "We have done it." The screening age for bowel cancer will be lowered to 50 in England and Wales. But this was all for you, Mum. This is your legacy. When the news broke that the government had announced they would be lowering the bowel cancer screening age to 50, I was on a flight back to the UK from Thailand. I had a 2-hour stop in Helsinki airport en route. When the plane landed, I turned my aeroplane mode off and was met with various messages and emails telling me the news. After reading an email from my brilliant local MP, Stephen Lloyd, approximately 6 times over, I burst into tears and couldn't stop. I owe a big apology to the lovely Finnish lady sat next to me on the plane, who was rather concerned as I tried desperately in a quiet, squeaky voice to exclaim that it was honestly good news. Apologies also to my lovely dad, who was convinced that there must have been some kind of terrible accident when I couldn't speak on the phone, trying to explain that we had won our campaign. Sorry, Dad. My beautiful mum, Fiona Backler, was diagnosed with bowel cancer in December 2014 in our local accident and emergency department. She was 55, and if we had lived in Scotland, she would already have been screened 3 times for bowel cancer. She passed away a week after her 56th birthday and less than 4 months after she'd been diagnosed. It felt like someone had dropped a bomb in our lives. It's hard to find the words to describe just how incredible she was, but I'm going to try. She was kind and creative. She was selfless and loving. To me, she was the epitome of strength. They say that girls turn into their mothers. If I turn out to be half the woman she was, I will be very happy. Life will never be the same without her. There is a huge hole in our lives that will never go away. She never knew about the bowel cancer screening age discrepancy, as I only found out about it after her death, and I often wonder what she would think about the fight I undertook. However, she was the type of person herself who would fight any injustice. She couldn't fight this one, so I did it for her. But I like to think that wherever she is, she's been cheering me on all the way. Screening is the best way of detecting bowel cancer early, and early diagnosis is the key to ensuring the best survival rates. When I first started research into bowel cancer statistics, I was shocked, and the figures still shock me now. If caught early, there is a 97% chance of survival. If caught late, that percentage drops to just 7%. That is why winning this campaign is so very important and means so much. People in their 50s that were previously denied screening, like my mum, will now have the opportunity to take part. This could mean that cancer can be picked up at a much earlier stage in this age bracket, making it more treatable. When I set up the petition, my aim was to lower the screening age to 50 in order to stop other families going through the trauma of losing someone to bowel cancer. This will soon be a reality. However, there is still work to do and we still have a long way to go. The government have not yet announced an implementation date for screening at 50, and there are a number of barriers we still face before that happens. The new, more accurate bowel cancer screening test, FIT, has still not been rolled out. Planned rollout for this is in March this year after many delays, but this is crucial in helping to diagnose more people who take part in the screening programme. The NHS is facing a crisis in its workforce, and endoscopy units are struggling to deal with the sheer numbers of people needing further investigation after either a positive bowel screen result or a referral. This is a colossal problem that simply needs to be solved, and fast. The lowering of the bowel cancer screening age will bring with it even more need for these services to be running efficiently. More people will take part in the screening, and as a result, more people will need to access endoscopy facilities. If the capacity to deal with the higher numbers is not there, I can foresee that the rollout of screening at 50 could be delayed or could falter as they try to implement it. This simply cannot happen. There is a desperate need for investment in this area so that screening at 50 is successful when it is rolled out. I am supporting Bowel Cancer UK's campaign to end the capacity crisis, calling on the government for an action plan on how they're going to tackle the current workforce shortages and a timetable as to when the new FIT screening test is going to be rolled out across England from 50 to 74-year-olds. All the while this is delayed, lives are at risk. There is no time to delay. I call on you to join me and Bowel Cancer UK in this campaign. No person should go through the horror of a late bowel cancer diagnosis as my mum did. No family should go through the trauma that mine has been through. Now we have a commitment from the government to lower the bowel cancer screening age. We need to make it happen. We owe it to my mum and to all those who have been denied this screening. We have won the battle, but the war rages on.